Hello YouTube, my name is Marie, and today we're going to do something a little bit different for my channel, and that is a monthly wrap-up of the month of June, obviously. So there are a lot of shows that I actually watch that don't make it onto my channel, whether I just don't have enough time to do a full review on them, because these do take a little bit of time. Like, I usually script them and then I film them, which usually takes 20 minutes because I'm a rambler. Don't really follow my scripts all that often. And then the editing process usually takes twice as long as the video. Either I just don't have time to film a video, or I have nothing really significant to say on the show. Like, personally, I feel like I didn't really say anything all that interesting about Suits. I might actually delete that video. So I thought a monthly wrap-up could be a great way to kind of highlight the shows that I've been watching without dedicating an entire video to them. So I hope you enjoy. So the first show I'm going to talk about is Moonshine and Valentine. Now, I think I watched about 23-ish episodes of this. I don't actually remember exactly because I watched it very early on in June and I've given up on it since then, and I'll explain why. But in a nutshell, Moonshine and Valentine follows this immortal being who is in love with the same woman through all of her human reincarnations. And this show started out quite strong for me. I really liked all of the characters, and it had some great comedic moments that like truly made me laugh out loud. But as it goes on, and when the pair actually start to form a romantic relationship, you realize that their chemistry is awful, and it makes their relationship super unbelievable and actually kind of painful to watch. And there's also a rape involved later on in the show that was not well handled by the show or the characters, or really, like, it was bad, and for those reasons I have stopped watching Moonshine and Valentine. Alright, so next I watched the first 4 episodes of About Time. I did a first impression about it, so I'll link that down below. But to summarize, About Time is about a woman who can see people's life expectancies down to like the seconds of when they're going to die. So this very unique premise is what drew me in. Like, halfway through episode 1, it really devolves and you see that it's just going to be that stereotypical cliche K-drama formula, and it was way too predictable for me. So I'm not gonna watch any more of that. Alright. Now let's talk about the true VIP of this month, and that is Are You a Human Too? One of my highly anticipated dramas, and it is about, well, you should just know what it's about, because if you watched my first impression, you have seen how much I gushed about it, and you just went and watched it, right? Totally up to date on that, besides the episodes that come out today, because I believe they air on Monday and Tuesday, I think. So I haven't watched today's, but you know I'm going to. Suits is next, and I watched the first 4 episodes of this legal drama, and I was extremely underwhelmed. There's nothing wrong with it per se, but it's just so meh that I don't want to waste my time on meh. A commenter recommended this next one for me, and that is Signal, and I've watched only 2 episodes of it, but I am very impressed. It's a thriller, I believe. Like, I haven't looked at its synopsis, but if I had to tell you what I think it is, I think it's a mystery thriller, and as I was watching it, it really got me invested right away. It knows how to take you on this roller coaster ride, and there is definitely some creepy, suspenseful moments. So I don't want to say too much more about it because I do think I'll do a first impressions of it. But yeah, Signal, that was a good recommendation. Thank you. I'll put your name on the screen. For the second to last drama I'm going to talk about, or that I watched in June, is What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? Now, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim follows the relationship between a secretary and her narcissistic boss. As you can imagine, it is a comedy, and in the comedic moments, that's where this show really shines. You know, it's got this great over-the-top soundtrack that really highlights whatever's going on screen, and it's truly a fun time. Like, the comedy, it feels like it was made for me. Like, I really enjoy it. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim does lose its footing because it tries to bring in this soap opera family dynamic that is not working for me at all. So far, I really couldn't care less about the family drama. I want more of that narcissistic boss interactions with his secretary. And just, when it's doing what it's supposed to do, it does it really well. However, I am one episode behind on this. I think I'm on episode 9, and that is because I can't find a good subtitled version. It's always like off, like the syncing isn't right. So if you know where I can watch it that's not Drama Fever or Viki, because who's got the money to pay for that? Leave it down below, I'd really appreciate it. So lastly, I watched 14 episodes of The K2. Although The K2 has some excellently executed, it has some excellent fight sequences that are really well choreographed. Hand-to-hand combat to me looks great. I really enjoyed it. His character, like the male lead, is extremely similar to the male lead character from Healer. So if you're wanting to watch him, like the male lead, I would just watch Healer because it is also action-y. Like, it's not to the level of action that the K2 is, but Healer, in my opinion, has a much better story and has a much better romance, where the romance in the K2, you don't buy it, you don't really understand it, and the female lead, she's such a damsel in distress. Like, she does nothing. She's so useless. I haven't decided if I'm going to actually finish this show, and that happens to me all the time. Like, I always get like episode 14 or 15, like sometimes the last episode, and I'm just like, meh, I don't feel like it. Those are all of the K-dramas that I watched in the month of June. I watched some English speaking shows, so if you want to know those as well, you can let me know, and for July I will add them. So have a great day, have a great night, bye.